What's up YouTubers, and welcome back to my channel Kalex video. In today's video I'm going to show you how to make a nice panorama out of several pictures from start to finish. I will show you one of my personal tricks, how I make my pictures more attractive and how we're getting from this to this. Without further ado, let's get into it right after the intro. Welcome back. We are using Photoshop for today, and the first thing you need to do is to grab your pictures you want to merge into Photoshop. At the top left, click File, Scripts, Load Files into Stack, select your pictures and click OK. Next, we will select all pictures on the right and going to Edit and Auto Align Layers. I leave the settings always to Auto and make sure that geometrical distortion is always clicked on. Now you should get something like this. Make sure all layers are selected and go to Edit and Auto Blend Layers and check Panorama and make sure that this check is unchecked and click OK. Now Photoshop is merging these pictures for us together. Now when Photoshop is finished, select all layers and now hit Command, Alt, Shift and E to create a new layer. Select all layers beneath the new layer and just delete it. Now right click on that layer and choose Flatten Image. The next thing we're gonna do is to duplicate this layer. This we can do by pressing Command and J. Now we will trim the picture. Go to the trimming tool and trim just the sides off. And hit Enter. Now we will fill the white parts. Select the lasso tool and select the sky. Go to Edit, go to Fill, Content Aware Fill and click OK. Now we are doing the same for the bottom part. With the lasso tool, just check the ground. Press OK, go to Edit, go to Fill, Content Aware Fill and press OK. Now we will make some selections. Go to the Quick Selection tool and select the sky. After that, go to Select and Save Selection. Call the selection Sky. Now go to Select, Invert, go to Select again, go to Save Selection and save it and call it Ground. The next thing we do is we create a new Levels Adjustment layer. For that, make sure that the ground selection is selected and then just create a new Levels layer. Bring down your midtones a little bit and rise up the heights a little bit. Now we're doing the same for the sky. Press Ctrl D to deselect all layers, go to Channels and click with Ctrl and left click on Sky to select the sky selection. Then create a new Levels Adjustment layer. Now just bring down the midtones a little bit. Just like so. Now we need to work on our horizon. For that, take the brush tool and choose a smooth brush. Also, make sure that your foreground color is white. You can change the foreground color by hitting X. Now go with the brush over the horizon a few times, but make sure that your selection in the layers is on the selection mask. Now we're doing the same with the ground selection. Select the ground select and change the forward color to black. Go over the horizon a few times and now our horizon should be look okay. To create a little bit more contrast, I want to lighten up the foreground a little bit. For that, we create a new levels adjustment layer. Now I bring down the midtones and rise up the highs a little bit more than usual till I like the foreground. Then I hit the selection and press CTRL I for invert. I go to the brush tool, change the foreground color to white, and now I'm drawing just as much as I like. Now we are doing the same for the dark area at the background, and therefore we create a new levels adjustment layer and bring up those low midtones in the back of the picture. Let me zoom in a little bit. So this area I want to lighten up a little bit. So hit the selection and hit CTRL I to invert the layer, and now change the foreground color to white and just draw a little bit in. You can see before and after. So now we come to my trick how I make my pictures more attractive. For that we need to summarize those layers. Just select all and hit CTRL and E. Now it's time for final touches. I just want to clean up the picture a little bit, so go to the healing brush tool and remove all you want to remove. Just like so. And just like so. I know this is not very accurate for this time, but it's only to showing you how it works. Next I want you to show my sunlight effect. For the sunlight effect, choose the lasso tool and just draw some sunlights from the light source, in this case from the top right. You don't need to be very accurate, you don't need to make much of them, just do it like so. And now hit enter. Go to select, save selections and name it race. Now create a new curves layer. Rise up the midtones a little bit, but not too much. Now select our mask layer, go to filter and search for Gaussian blur. You find it directly under blur. And then Gaussian blur. Change the value to about 150 and click OK. Now bring down the opacity a little bit till you like it. I always keep it between 15 and 25 most of the cases. And this is my sunlight effect. For final touches we will create a small vignette to catch the human eye into the picture. Therefore take the selection tool and draw a small rectangular inside the picture. Make sure the borders are not too thick. Then create a new curves adjustment layer and bring down the midtones. Go to the selection layer and hit CTRL I to invert it. Go to filter, go to blur, Gaussian blur, go to a value about 150 and click OK. Now bring down the opacity till you like it in my case around 15 to 40. And here you have it. Now we can combine all layers to one, and now we can see before and after. I hope you like it. So that's it guys, that was how you can make one panorama out of more pictures. I will leave the raw pictures for you inside the description to download, so you have something to try out the technique for yourself. If you enjoyed this video, then subscribe to my channel. If you want to see something special you are interested in, let me know in the comments. I see you in the next one, bye bye.